So those three simple rules. I remember I was in a speaking engagement in British Columbia, and it was a big room full of people. And way down in the corner, this man stands up and he goes, "Well, my human joy is to rob a bank." And I said, "Well, if you can do that in high integrity and honesty and without harming anyone, go for it." The rules are very simple. It's very human of us to pick out the one we like. But bottom line is, everything that comes across your experience in life, ask yourself, is anybody being harmed? Am I being honest? Is there integrity here? If so, if all these criteria are met, then go for it. It makes living really easy, but it makes it personal. You are the master of you. And so you decide if you're harming someone, you decide if you're in integrity or in honesty, and if you say, yeah, well then go for it, no matter what it is. Now, if you happen to experience it, and you go, yuck, I didn't like that experience at all. The typical human thing is to beat yourself up. I shouldn't have done that. That was a waste of time. Typical. Now we're going back into low frequency. We're beating ourselves up. That's not what we want to do. We want to acknowledge, oh, that was a cool experience, but I didn't like it very much, so I won't do it again. Done. Next. So it's about staying in high frequency, but when you can't, being gentle with yourself and acknowledging the fact that that was a struggle, so I choose something different next time. Instead of going through the whole beating yourself up. I've been in circumstances that, you're mean to somebody, and you realize, oh, I was just mean to somebody. Well, you can go home and beat yourself up about it, or you can go home and universally send a gratitude out to the person that you were mean, and I'm sorry, and I forgive myself, and I release that. Instead of that beating yourself up. Because everything we do counts. Everything we think counts. Everything we say counts. Everything you do is constantly manifesting. AIDS came upon this planet because we willed it. Enough of us said, oh, God's going to punish us. That's going to happen. I know it. I know it. It's coming. And when it came, you heard so many people say, see, knew it. There you go. So I say, yeah, well, think you can't, you're right. You just brought on something else. And I suspect every negative thing on this planet that's ever happened, we manifested. Because what I've been taught by these beings is that there is no negative energy except what humanity creates. We send you love, we send you high frequency, you take it, and you ball it up, and you condemn yourself, and you chastise yourself, and you make it low frequency. So this is where we say we stop this. But we stop this with a gentle trust and love in ourselves. So when you find yourself doing something you don't like, don't chastise yourself, don't criticize yourself. Simply say, I forgive that moment, I choose to be different next time. And you move on. And I work with that all the time. You find yourself in a moment. But if you go into a store and somebody treats you unkindly, the best thing you can do is give them a compliment. So what I'm saying now is about choosing consciously every moment of your life. Am I in integrity? Am I in high frequency? Because as you practice that, you feel better. That's how I got better. I don't take any Prozac. I don't take anything. I don't have any, situations that I have to go to the doctor and get fixed up again. Because now my cells in my body are in the understanding that when I practice high frequency, I feel good. When I forget to practice high frequency, it shows up really quick because you become depressed and angry and cranky. And you know it in yourself. So as soon as that happens, seek out something that's going to lift you out of that. High frequency music. And high frequency music doesn't mean you have to listen to something like spiritual music all the time. What I'm saying is, does it make you feel happy? Now, if you think you're going to listen to music that talks about killing people and hurting people and call it high frequency, well, that's not really going to work because the field is being bombarded by the negativity of the words. It has to be something that's going to make you feel good and is not, screaming about some sort of destructive behavior. So there is some little boundaries we have to keep in mind. Yeah, so go on and check out where your clock is, and it'll tell you. And think about it. I mean, in all honesty, millions of people everywhere on the whole globe, Kuwait, Egypt, Alaska, Zimbabwe. I had emails from people I didn't know I had computers. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So actually, that brings me to a good topic. See, I asked them to speak and then I'm off again. For a period of time, they started talking to me about Horton Hears a Who. Does anybody remember Horton Hears a Who? And I'm like, why are you talking to me about Horton Hears a Who? And they said, because what's happening on Earth is relative to Horton Hears a Who. And I was like, okay, well, tell me that one. Think about it. Little Horton's going through the jungle. He's got his flower with the little universe on it. And he's going to all his friends. There's an imaginary, I can't see a universe here. Like, do you see it? Nobody can see it. And because nobody can see it, nobody can believe it. That was where I was for a while. I'm nuts. So Horton's going around with his flower, showing it to everybody, saying, don't you see the little universe? And they can't. But Horton can hear it, saying to Shelley, I can hear it. And the universe is saying, well, we don't want to be destroyed, so Horton's trying to protect it. And everybody in the jungle is trying to take Horton down because they're going to help him. We're going to help you be sane. Poor Horton's lost his mind. And Horton's speaking to the little universe, and he's saying, listen, you got to call out. You got to call out and tell the world you're here so I can protect you. And the mayor of the little Whoville is going around telling everybody, call out, call out, call out. And everybody's calling out, banging pots and screaming and saying, yeah, we're here. And Horton says, is everybody calling out? And the mayor says, I'll check. So he runs through the whole village, and he finds this littlest Who. And the littlest Who's in the corner playing with a yo-yo, not making a sound. He goes, why aren't you calling out? And the littlest Who goes, I'm insignificant. I'm just a little one-person nobody. I mean, how many of us feel like that? What can we do? What can I do to help? What am I? Nothing. That's where we're wrong. We're great manifestors. So Horton's little buddy's in the corner playing with his yo-yo, and he's like, I'm nothing. And the mayor goes, yes, you are, call out. So this time when they call out, everybody calls out and goes, we're here, we're here, we're here. And the littlest guy goes, pip. And out from the flower rings, we're here, we're here, we're here. So the being said to me, ask the people, are you the world within or are you the world without? We're the ones calling out. November 11, 2011 is a vote. It's about raising your hand and saying, we're here. There's enough of us here, awake, alive, energetically eager, ready for a new world. We're here. Bring it on. Raise your hand. Call out. Tell the universe, I am ready for something different. There's got to be more than this. I really want to participate in something better. We don't have to know what it is. We don't have to know what it looks like, and we don't have to know how to get there. We just have to vote. We just have to raise our hands and vote and say, yes, it is freaking well time. I'm ready. So however you want to vote, whether you're going to sing it, whether you're going to dance it, whether you're going to color it with your children, vote. If you're home in your bed and you're kind of tired and you really don't want to do anything, take out a piece of paper and write what you want to see happen. Anything that we do creates reality. In the doing, you create the reality. You speak it, it goes out to the universe, it manifests. You write it, it goes out to the universe, it manifests. That's how powerful we are. But what we need is a unified calling. The littlest Who's got to call out with us. You can't think you're insignificant. You've got to be part of it. So people say, well, why should I do Fire the Grid? I said, I don't care if you do Fire the Grid. I don't care how you participate on November 11th. I do not. But if you have 1 ounce of thinking that you're more than you are, call out. Call out in any form that suits you. You don't have to be part of anything. You don't have to pay anybody. You don't have to buy anything. You can sit in your bed and say, wow, I'm so blessed. Feel these comfy sheets, I got a nice pillow. I'm so blessed. Ping. You had just made your vote. But it will be more powerful if you say, I'm a divine being. I am a piece of source energy. I connect. So in the doing, you create the reality. Why would you be saying something like, I connect, if you hadn't intended for your soul to go, thank you, I'm connecting. And a lot of people talk to me about, you're a channel, you're psychic, you're all these different things. I'm just a telephone. That's it. My jack is plugged in. When I went in that lake and I drowned that day, something opened between the dimensions that has never closed. But I'm not unique. It belongs to all of you. I don't want anybody to have to drown in a lake to open the door, because you can open the door gently, choosing to be present, choosing to be defined as someone who wants it, becoming who you really are, and saying, I'm looking for the jack, God, show me where to plug in, because I want to be part of this. And in the actual words you speak, you create. I want to be part of this. Show me where the jack is. Help me to connect. You have angels and guides around you all the time. The universe is a multiverse. You can't even fathom how big it is. When you think about the alveolus and the sacs in your lungs, and they're like little twigs, and there's hundreds and hundreds of little balls on the twigs, you are one ball. This universal system is one ball out of billions and trillions of experiences that you can have. But what happens when we come here is we do a contract to forget. It's part of the learning. We couldn't learn anything if we remembered, because we'd all say, oh, this is too hard, I'm going home. This place truly is the Harvard of the cosmos. It is the most challenging education system we can take on. And when you come here, you actually are able to have 10,000 years worth of experience in one lifetime. Now, you can say, how do you know that? I'm estimating. You're getting my point. 1 year or one lifetime in form is tons and tons of experiences in angelic realm. They don't learn like we do when they're in that place, because it's full of joy. There's no challenge. It's full of joy. They're up there on, I always joke, they're up there lounging on the clouds talking about how silly it was when they were humans, But when you come down here, by the time you're 7 years old, between 5 and 7 years old, the forgetter clicks in. You arranged it, you organized it, you put it in place. It's part of the journey. So now when somebody abuses you, and your forgetter's on, you become enraged. How dare they? Poor me. Look at me. I got abused. Oh, I'm so unhappy. And when you come from a place of soul, the soul goes, thank you. Thank you for doing what I asked you to do.